Hello everyone, welcome back to Stellaris. It looks like we're on a trade deficit. Space Automata. You have discovered a new life form in Hauer. Although calling it a life form may be incorrect. The entities appear to be fully automated mechanical drones built exclusively for some unknown industrial purpose. Observations will continue since it's likely that these machines are programmed with defensive protocols that it would be prudent to tread lightly. Keep looking, but use caution. Space Amoebas forever. The Space Amoebas, the name has stuck as a pronunciation of a proper xenotaxonomic denominator, is too unwieldy for the average American. Are solitary animals. When left to their own devices, all but the youngest specimens are accompanied by quasi-independent flagella, organisms spawned by the amoeba and programmed through liquid RNA-laced secretion to do the bidding of the host. These flagella are capable of manipulating and even attacking objects in an expressive yet restrictive range around the host, periodically returning to lodge inside the host amoeba's body for reprogramming. There are potential military applications to be found in the regenerative properties in the amoeba's thick hide, or in the flagella's graceful patterns of movement. Retrieve some tissue samples.
System survey complete.
A small but recurring oscillation was observed in the orbit path of Manward 4, suggesting it was regularly subjected to some large unknown gravitational force. Further study of the surrounding space is recommended. Zroni Research Station. With the revelation of the Zroni sample, we have obtained the coordinates to a scientific complex. Orbital scans could not detect any resonance from the Chromite crystal. We will need to go down to the surface to learn more. Zroni Shrine. Further details of the Zroni Civil War factions have been extracted from the crystal. One faction, which came to be known as the Divine, felt that the fate of the physical galaxy was of no concern to the Zroni, who could continue their omnipotent presence to the Shroud until the entire galaxy was consumed in some unimaginable far future. Even then, there are other galaxies, perhaps even other universes, where it could conceivably be consumed. The other faction, the Saviors, were aghast at this. The Zroni should not destroy the galaxy to live as parasite gods. Even outside of the Shroud, their psionic abilities guaranteed them a utopian existence. The location of the Zroni's research outpost was included in the torrent of data. Okay.
Ships upgraded.
Your species seems to grow more and more in disgusting for each passing day, American.
Council agenda ready.
Right. Display power. Singing planet. When we first listened to a deliberate attempt at communication, understand to be an unusual but naturally occurring phenomenon. The magnetic waves produced by the planet, given proper handling and editing, may sound a bit like talking or even singing, but they are in no way created by a thinking being. Some of the scientists, however, find it quite catchy. It may be possible to make use of this phenomenon. Possibly a hosting artist or VIPs at a station created solely to catch these signals and play them as relaxing music. Fascinating. Is there a habitable planet? Damn.
Construction complete.
Oh, just need more steel. Expansion.
Research complete.
New. Alright. Mission accomplished.
System survey complete.
Underground vault. Geological surveys conducted by colonists on Avalon Prime have revealed a massive vault deep inside a mountain range. All evidence points toward this being some kind of fallout shelter built by the same species that perished from the planet's ancient nuclear war. The vault has been sealed for many centuries, but instruments have detected a faint power signal emanating from within. Our scientists are eager to open the vault and discover what lies behind its reinforced doors. Let's crack this thing open.
Situation log updated. Construction complete.
Ancient mining drones. Epsilon aliens. Reports of deep space drones in a certain system have been investigated. The drones appear to be workers and custodians of an autonomous orbital mining operation established millennia ago and then soon abandoned by all but the drones themselves, judging by the state of the processing equipment. Their purpose is obvious enough, mining, but who it is that task is not immediately apparent. What is obvious that no shipment of minerals have been retrieved from the system in hundreds if not thousands of years. They may be only old drones, but they should be kept under close watch by the United States of America.
An alien empire has established communications.
Shit, they have 2 hordes worth of space amoeba. Further analysis of Manward found that all planetary orbits in the system exhibit similar irregularities. And triangulating the gravitational forces implied by these unusual movements, we discovered their cause, a previously unseen planet now known as Manward 9. This world possesses a unique surface of carbon-black particles which reflect no light or radio waves, making it virtually invisible to long-range scanners. These naturally occurring polymers have remarkable absorbent properties. They will be harvested and studied for the potential uses as a stealth material. Fascinating. Gather information. We need higher infiltration. Cause of the dance, strange currents have been reported among the colonists on Avalon Prime. Apparently many individuals have taken to dancing on the streets for hours and even days on end, refusing to stop until they're physically restrained. So far it's only affected a small portion of the population, and our authorities have yet to establish a piloting. Monitor the situation. Where are their fleets? Spymaster Fabiano de la Guardia recently launched a quiet investigation to her own operatives in the Galactic Panaxia Coalition after noticing a recent drop in their performance. She has discovered these operatives skimming from resources allocated to intelligence gathering and bribes. These goods and currencies are being reinvested elsewhere in Panaxian business concerns, earning the operators a comfortable profit at our expense. As a result, their attention and loyalty has been clearly being divided. Progress on the operation gathered information has been put on hold for the moment until Spymaster Fabiano D. LaGuardia can reassert operational efficiency. It was very difficult to triangulate the archive on Saya 3, but once we did, it was easy to see why it was so elusive. The crystal had been shattered and it contains no records that we can access. However, hope persists as we detected a faint signal somewhere nearby. Continue searching. Operative told the line. Galactic Panaxian Coalition are no longer skimming resources from our spiral network allocation. Firm reminders of just where their loyalties lie and reinvigorated the operative's sense of dedication. They will return the resourceful talents wholly to our cause. The isolated incident of spontaneous, prolonged dancing on Avalon Prom escalated somewhat, and groups of hundreds of Americans are now compulsively dancing in a variety of different styles. Surprisingly, even those who have never shown much interest in dancing are suddenly able to perform expert moves, and the old among them rediscovered the vigor of their youth. Although many residents are jokingly referring to it as the dancing plague, it is no joking matter. The dancers show no concern for their bodily needs and risk dancing themselves for death. Citizen Pop Happiness, plus 10%, Amenities, plus 20%.
Construction complete.
In a sense, they're still baffled by the cause of the so-called dancing plague. It does not seem to pose a danger to our colonists. Although those affected by this feeling of exhilaration and irresistible urge to dance, their survival instinct means that exhaustion forces them to rest sooner or later. Furthermore, it seems that only some areas are significantly infected by this phenomenon. Local entrepreneurs have already begun designating these areas as party zones, advertising Avalon Prime as the planet of eternal festivity, where young and old alike may come to release their shackles and enjoy themselves. Well then, party on.
Research complete.
Our operatives have completed the information gathering operation and have sent a dossier detailing their findings. -5.
Construction complete.
Okay, I don't think we're doing too badly, but espionage is doing not too. Oh, okay, much better.
Spaceborne life form encountered.
Archaeological site discovered. Zeroni Core World. The archaeological significance of all the previously explored worlds pales in comparison to Ilforth 2. This planet houses structures visible from space. Must have been a central world of the Zeroni Empire. Oh, it's already in our space. Much smaller cyanide crystal has been located in some kind of laboratory. The Zeroni, when recording their findings within, were extremely frustrated. The research had been ridiculed by their peers and was largely discredited. They believed that the Zeroni were no longer the only entities in the Shroud, and that the collective fears and desires of their entire race was coalescing into distinct sapient entities. Yearning to grow stronger, these entities have begun to subtly influence the emotions and thoughts of suitable Zeroni, slowly causing their behaviors to become more extreme. This may directly cause the Zeroni Civil War. I also discovered a location reference to one of the Zeroni's coral worlds.
Construction complete. System survey complete.
Natural wormhole.
Spaceborne life form encountered.
Detected what appears to be a naturally occurring subspace phenomenon on the edge of the Volmore system. Rift in the fairy fabric of someone's hiding. Two sides. Upon closer examination, the smashed droids found on the surface of 2033D appear to originate from two distinct cultures. Technologically, the droids must have been evenly matched when they were still functioning, but there are many subtle differences that hint at different design origins. Curious.
Construction complete.
Okay, those plates were missing. That's not good.
Construction complete.
Research. Okay. Unlike the previous Shirley worlds, Ilford 2 is clearly a core world with several cities of varying size covering the surface. Like the others, now sits empty, showing no signs of disaster or death. The fate of its population is unknown. Several archive crystals have been detected and will need to be investigated. Probe the crystal. God damn it. Damn it. I hate democracy. Oh, these are all sucky. Mining drone work ethic.
Special project complete.
The drones are remarkably efficient at squeezing ever diminishing returns from rocks American miners would have soon discarded, seemingly exhausted all worthwhile mineral content. Our top engineers are working on adapting the drone's methodology for use in the United States of America's mining networks and stations, which will improve efficiency, effectively lessening energy expenditure. It also imports the fact that the drones are not completely silent, contrary to previous assumptions. They emit signal pings through extremely infrequent wavelength, hard to isolate from background noise. If there's anyone left to receive these pings, it may be a mystery for another time.
System survey complete. Council agenda available.
Robot debris 1337-233D does not seem to have simply been a dumping ground for broken droids. It may have served the actual battlefield where they were destroyed. The many layers of debris suggest a series of very intense battles waged intermittently across the better part of 2 centuries. Exactly why the interstellar powers would commit such vast resources toward waging a massive ground world war on a small unremarkable asteroid remains an unanswered question.
System survey complete. Construction complete. Research complete.
First contact. Encounter in Sol. We have made first contact with the aliens in the mysterious Sol system. For now, we codenamed them Ada aliens. Until we can find out more about them. If they possess a language, we should decipher it so we can assess how much of a threat they pose. New research. Strange crystal. Most of the accessible records focus on the course of the war. Our working theory is that the move of the population influences the strength of the record about a subject, meaning that the most thought about issues are recorded with greater prominence. Unsurprisingly, the course of the war was on everyone's mind. The majority of those journalists sided with the Saviors, but while they had an advantage in numbers, they bore one significant disadvantage. Heedless of their effects on the galaxy, the Divine were free to use their full psionic might. Meanwhile, the Saviors are limited to whatever power they could be drawn from their own bodies. At first, the war seemed hopeless, but eventually hero among the Saviors would make a terrible, yet vital discovery. Escape discovery. Damn it.
Spaceborne life form encountered.
Alright.
Ships upgraded. Spaceborne life form encountered.
Yet another one. Incoming transmission. Azurian progenitors. Stagnant ascendancy. Enigmatic observers. Fanatic xenophile. Fallen empire. Americans, how delightful. We haven't expected to count on you for a few centuries yet. Personally, I thought you would wipe yourselves out long before waving your gravity well, but I'm glad to be proven wrong. There's not much to gain for this encounter. Great Fallen Empire. Lost expedition. Your archaeologists have stumbled on the ill-fated previous expedition on 1337 23 3D. They perished a long time ago. Several more artifacts were recovered from the desiccated remains.
Spaceborne life form encountered.
Another spaceborne life form.
Construction complete.
Fucking hell. The vessels on the Stellaris is a new pilot's own expedition across the galaxy with purposes unknown. They've not made any hostile moves, nor is there any heavy weaponry in evidence. Instead, they seem to be broadcasting repetitive but not particularly content-filled signals for any general direction. Envoy Mamoka Sasaki is confused but hopes that she broadcasts will help strengthen linguists translate the language. What's ours? 1900. Okay.
Research complete.
All right. That's quite a big fleet. Fleet supremacy. Advantage of hull tissue. So, the crystal tells us a rogue Joni researcher working on a theory which appears to believe turns his power inwards, continuing his own body and contains sonic chain reaction. Following his last instructions, the dusty residue of the supreme sacrifice was tested and proved to be an incredibly potent source of psionic energy. It was essentially the sum total of psionic potential of his life, rendered instantly usable by another scion. This crystal finding pointed us to the location of the Zeroni homeworld. The dust is the Zeroni. What? Zeroni is a milestone of psionic activity. The tools were used to detect memory crystals in the past were needed to be calibrated. We can even attempt to send an array team to the surface. Oh. Okay. It just appeared out of nowhere. I didn't like lose it all of a sudden. The treaty. Our archaeologists have learned that after a long and bitter war, the two empires inhabiting this corner of the galaxy some 200,000 years ago signed a treaty compiling and settle all future disputes within our ancient, highly regulated combat engagements between robotic armies. 1337-250D was chosen as the site of these battles. The treaty appears to have been held up for nearly 2 centuries, preventing the outbreak of armed hostilities on numerous occasions, so one of the empires was caught cheating. Curious. They're identified, huh?
Anomaly found.
Investigate. Impressive structures that is around 8 surface, practically begging for some archaeological work. Incoming transmission. Caravan Fleet. The Vengralian Trium. Greetings from the Vengralian Trium. Certified Caravanian traders of the Caravanserai Caravan Coalition. You teach Xenos how to earn a substantial additional income breaking from home, but you seem to be doing well for yourself already. Whenever you enter your territory, we'll offer you an exclusive deal. Unfortunately, our ships are all outside your territory for the moment, but we look forward to doing business with you in the future. In the meantime, don't hesitate to contact us. Be aware that incoming calls will be rerouted to Caravan Coalition. Unidentified ammo fire, huh? Yes.
Construction complete. Construction complete. Construction complete.
Okay.
Construction complete. Spaceborne life form encountered.
Finally.
Anomaly found.
Let's choose a different one. Domination. Archivism. Diplomacy. Subterfuge. Maybe? Go with military buildup.
Council agenda available.
We briefly detected some unusual energy readings emanating from this planet, Zron V6A. It might be a glitch in our system, or it could be a sign of something more.
Incoming transmission.
Finders Keepers, a particularly observant operative in the Galactic Panaxian Coalition has laid their hands upon a Panaxian encryption key. It seemed like a Panaxian politician mislaid the device while commuting. This bodes well enough for our operations in the Galactic Panaxian Coalition, but our study of the device's unique design has revealed novel insights for our general approach to code breaking. Excellent. Bunker bot. We have traced the unusual electromagnetic radiation emanating from Zron 6A. It's a secret subterranean bunker hiding a mega computer the size of a battleship. Our researchers suspect that it may have been there for several thousand years. How to work solving a very complex problem. The nature of this still eludes us. When attempting to interact with the computer, they discovered the facility, which appeared to be abandoned and unguarded, was in fact operated by security AI, the highest purpose of which seems to be frying its visitors to extreme prejudice. When the AI is finally defeated, it broadcasts a message to an unknown recipient. Our Stellaris and our Argonian system, the Oil and Memorial Caravan Fleet, has evacuated and abandoned a decrepit ship now unstable orbit around the system's central star.
Situation log updated.
Allgate Insights. It was not immediately apparent at the time, but the recent survey carried out by the Arbiter seemingly sparked a breakthrough in the ongoing study of the mysterious Allgates when the report filtered back to the scientific community on America. Allgate Insight gained 1. Fortuitous.
System survey complete. Construction complete.
Show us your wares.
Construction complete. Construction complete. System survey complete. Colonization in progress. Construction complete. Construction complete.
Carabiners, old with defects, like to do the recipe in civilian transport.
Special project complete.
The shipboard database is not fully scrubbed as part of the decommissioning process, so while nothing else about it is found aboard the ship, our data scientists have managed to recover partial references to unknown alien technologies. Excellent.
Research complete.
Exotic gases of fuel. Exotic gases for shield boost. Gas extraction wells. Resource harvesting. Exotic gases. Suck at trade though. Oh fuck. This is gonna suck.
Construction complete.
There's so few worlds with good quality. Damn.
System survey complete. Construction complete.
Special project completed. Our scientists managed to find and open the ancient vault on Avalon Prime, only to unleash a flood of mutated horrors that twisted reigns of the original inhabitants. The creatures saw the science team in a matter of seconds, then fanned out to the countryside. Thousands of colonists have been butchered, with entire settlements spawned to the ravenous horde. We fortified remaining cities established to prevent the prisoners, but they may not be enough. Man the defenses. Holy shit. Mutants overrun Avalon Prime.
Lost the invasion.
Many forces of Avalon Prime were decimated by the onslaught of the mutated creatures. The vile beasts are now roaming across the free entire colony, butchering our colonists with impunity. There are reports of survivors having fled the settlements and hiding in the countryside, but it's only a matter of time they were found by the marauding creatures. Must send military relief. So it's like a homage to the Locust. Like underground mutant horrors. Did we ever unlock immunity to void worms? Shit. I do not need this. America is under attack. A large group of void worms is over the colony. Really? Each disc contains a hostile fleets present. I wonder if they're connected. Wait, America! They're attacking America! Holy fuck.
Hostile fleet engaged.
This really isn't good.
Fleet destroyed.
God damn it. I completely forgot which planet was lost to us. Holy shit. That was unexpected. That was completely unexpected. I think it was this one. Alright, there's nothing we can do. Ah!
Hostile fleet engaged.
For fuck's sake. Oh my god. Zorn is racked by storms of psionic energy and appears to only be partially in phase with the rest of the universe. Whatever calamity fell, the Zorni seemed to originate here. Like all the previous colonies, devoid of Zorni, but is teeming with crystalline signals. Given this much signal noise, on top of the strange atmospheric conditions, it may take some time to locate any useful information. Investigate it. Despite having taken every precaution in their training, and one of our operatives in the Galactic Panaxian Coalition is really concerned that their cover may be below. Apparently, it comes at a critical time for our operation to acquire asset. As such, Spymaster Fabiana de la Guardia requests more resources to retrieve.
Colony established.
This cannot. That. Operative resurfaces. A long-expired set of covert codes have been reactivated, linked to operations previously carried out in the Coalition Panaxian Coalition. For it seemed the former operative is trying to report back in. The message is not in details, but the code carriers make which signify intelligence on key political figures in the foreign empire. Security advisors confirmed that the codes are valid until quite recently, but their experience means such codes are open to compromise by foreign powers. Despite former agents being disavowed, ignore this.
Situation log updated.
Shit.
Under attack.
God damn it. Receiving another encrypted message from within the our supposed one-solid operative claims that the knowledge they hold puts her for the extraction team.
Spaceborne life form encountered.
It appears we are continuously trying to extract a supposed disavowed operative. Returning lost contact with the team of operatives we dispatched to the coalition. Damn it. Fucking void worms. No! No! God damn it! Fuckers are eating our goddamn planet. Nothing we can fucking do.
Spaceborne life form encountered.
Got some loose.
Spaceport under attack.
Confederate background worlds. They consider land of existence by listening to the communications other empire we're in contact with. The warriors salute you, Bakatans. I'm honored to have been chosen by the chairwoman Cole Walks to represent the Confederated Bakatan worlds and all diplomatic means of the fascinating species. We strive to unlock the full potential of technology, a goal we hope you find equally worthwhile. Xenophile, fanatic materialist. Okay. Or devouring swarm. We sense the presence of prey. Prey know that we are your hunters. The blood of the American species will fuel the growth of the insatiable Honor horde. Struggle a few months, it will not change the outcome. Our citizens will send regards, Hound Failure. Great. Fucking fantastic. Maybe so not. The entire fucking fleet decimated. I did not need this. Fucking hell.
Spaceborne life form encountered.
Z aliens. Okay. We found community with several crystals, including one from the Outcast Shroud Entity researchers. With this, we are learning much more about the Zoni's war. Using this dust required great sacrifice from the Saviors, but they were able to return the tide of their war against the Divine. As the defeat loomed, the ever-increasing rage and fear of the Divine spawned new and terrible entities within the Shroud. The feedback loop grew, pushing the Divine to the depths of madness. They were driven to ever-worsening atrocities, urging the Saviors to end the war at any cost. Fucking void worms. Ah!
Locker cleared. Station under attack. Construction complete.
Large derelict station is trapped in a slow terminal orbit inside the atmosphere of this gas giant. Gravitational stress will likely start within the next 1,000 years. It's not yet deep enough in the atmosphere to make archaeological expeditions to the station impossible. God damn. I'm a fucking death spiral here. How cheating bastards? How the hell did I get these fucking 2K? Unbelievable. I'm dying over here. As we communicate with no crystals, more details emerge. On the brink of defeat, the Divine decided upon their ultimate plan, the end of the cycle. The growth of the black hole galactic core will be accelerated to consume the galaxy as soon as possible. At worst, the Saviors and every other species in the galaxy will be destroyed, leaving the Divine to root the shot for a vast but finite time. It was, however, possible that the expansion would become self-sustaining, consuming not just the galaxy but the universe itself. Providing a source of energy which may not be infinite, will at least come to close enough to make no practical difference. Spymaster Fabian D. Lagardia recently launched a quiet investigation to her own operatives. Again. Breakdown? Guys. I don't know if we can recover from this. I really don't think we can.
System survey complete.
No change there. God damn. Should never engage the fucking void worms.
Research complete. Research complete.
Master Crater on Thuna B1 appears to be a result of a collision with the starship. The size of the crater was suspected the ship exited hyperlane maximum velocity around the planet for a reason unknown roughly 10,000 years ago. The torch has picked up residual subspace echoes near the crash site, reminiscent of a collapsed hyperparticulate field. The ship itself disintegrated on impact. The theory cannot be verified. Regarding the fate of the Zoni, when the Saviors learned of the Divine's plan, they knew there was only one possible counter to the Divine's also impenetrable defenses in the Shroud. Faced with annihilation, they chose to sacrifice their entire population save for one Zoni. The last remaining savior used the psionic residue of entire species to destroy every Zoni, and thus every divine in existence, ending the threat for all time. The Zoni was wiped out almost without a trace, save for a small amount of unconsumed dust. The final sacrifice, inconceivable. Electric presidents of a PPA space civilization on Zigar and the Zigar system. They are eagerly industrial age, with electricity and internal combustion engines gradually coming to widespread use. We should consider building observation posts by the world to study them more closely.
Colonization in progress.
God damn it.
System survey complete. Construction complete.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Ships upgraded. Ships upgraded. System survey complete.
This expedition may be ready to leave. One of the silent crystals suddenly re-established contact. It has indicated that it could prove useful to us should we decide to bring you with us. Even if the claim is untrue, none of the other crystals we encountered show signs of sapience. This could warrant further investigation. Take the crystal. I don't think there's any recovery. That was such a violent, powerful equivalent.
System survey complete.
The Malta system is home to an unusually dense asteroid belt with unique properties. Several large asteroids are covered with crystalline outcroppings that appear to be extremely rich mineral deposits. However, long-range sensors are tracking sporadic movement from several unidentified objects, possibly spacecraft in the densest regions of the belt. When able to get a fix on it, we have identified debris of at least 2 destroyed mining stations floating in space near some of the larger asteroids. Something isn't right. Fucking hell.
established. Research complete.
Right. Really, let us build over here.
System survey complete. System survey complete. Ships upgraded. Council agenda available.
I don't know if I can rebuild this. Kinda don't want to.
Ships upgraded.
We are so fucked.
System survey complete.
Okay.
System survey complete.
Team researching the Z aliens report alarming news. An attempt by them to hack our computer system detected. Which seems to have gained access to a considerable amount of sensitive information and were able to shut down their access. It's unfair they act beneath in the United States of America, deeply worried the threat of Z aliens may pose. Have to be watchful of them. Our crew aboard the yard reported the augmented Kron Percy ship appears to be the result of an unexpected geomagnetic solar storm. The spy ship suffered a complete loss of life support and sustained inoperable damage, drifting until it entered Omicron Perseus B's gravity well. There are no survivors. The crew's cargo hold does indeed contain a noble amount of minerals. What are these minerals? We don't really need minerals at the moment.
Research complete.
Where are they?
Spaceborne life form encountered.
Americans will receive word of our down supply ship's cargo. We would like to extend our gratitude to you for taking the time to recover it without the need for a Penexian intervention. Our pleasure, Penexula. Well, they're not too pissed off at us. I mean, they're so hostile. Oh, they don't care.
System survey complete.
think that's enough for one night. Starting to get overwhelmed. I'm not even sure if I want to continue playing. Anyway, this is Nick Tuck heading out for tonight. Hope you have a good time watching at the very least. Watching me stumble around.